What's up, camera family? I'm your host, Jara Reeder, and every week we talk photography. Now, this is my first ever episode ever to broadcast, so please bear with me. Every week we will discuss photography, whether that is equipment, how to deal with weather issues, working how to pose with clients, how to get people more comfortable in front of the camera. And lastly, upcoming trends is what is starting to upcome in photography. But don't know what that means. Well, stick around. Okay, so today, since it is my first episode again, let me give you a little bit background about myself. So it all started in 2018 when I did my junior yearbook class, and I kind of had to self-taught how to do photography. I was doing sports, and then after that, I just started posing friends. We started doing started becoming a fun hobby to do, and then after that, I kind of got recognized by some of the moms in the community, and next thing you know it, I started having more and more friends or kids below me or above me wanting pictures, and then I started working on families, and then up to my freshman year of college, I actually did my first wedding from another photographer that I met, and then now I'm pretty much every month I have about 3 or 4, not much starting out, but I mean from where I started, pretty good. This year alone, I actually just booked my 5th wedding last week, so it's only the 2nd month and I already have 5 weddings. I think that's pretty good for going on 4 years now. And then, but yeah, so where it all kind of started was my first camera. I had the T Rebel 6 Canon, and so today I'm just going to talk about Canons versus Nikons. I've had a little experience with both, mostly Canons, but it's all about your perspective and what you like. So my equipment, like I said, I have the T Rebel 6 Canon, and then I have my newer, bigger one is the Mark V D 5th edition or something like that. I can't even remember. I just found some other photographers have the same one, so I did a lot of research on that. But I love my equipment. I love Canons. So about Canons, a lot of people that I know professionally have Canons, but there's a few that will have Nikon, Nikon, yeah. But people say with Nikons, the image quality is reported to be slightly better than Canons. If you're wanting to do sports and wildlife shooting, then Nikon is pretty much faster in speed and has more brighter photos. Actually an article that I found, it says that to know which one is better, for a more hands-on approach, many photographers and videographers rent their photos before their cameras before buying them to make sure it's the right choice for them. So that's an option that you can do. I don't really know where. I'm pretty sure sometimes actual Canon or Nikon websites can do that for you, or you can find a place that will let you rent cameras, and then from there you can just figure out what's the best option for you. And then, so the link that I found this on that kind of talked about the different cameras for Nikon, that compares them both and what's best for what is it's on borrowlens.com, and it's a blog, and it talks about Canons versus Nikons. You can go on there, and they talk more about that, and they actually give you some places that you can go and rent some camera lenses or actual cameras. So on Nikons, one last thing, my experience on those is my cousin had one, and so I got to play around with it, and they do shoot a lot brighter, really faster, and they really are good for more nature shots is what she was wanting to do it for. So I think they're really good for that. Canons, which is what I use, I think they're really good at portraits and weddings, more with people. I have shot some nature shots, and honestly, my Canon T Rebel 6, it it did me well in sports when I did shoot them in high school, and I still do in college, but um, mainly my sports photos are more portrait-like. I like it when they're on the sidelines, and I try to get those kind of photos. I don't really do action shots, I guess you would say. Okay, so there's this website, this other article I found it. It's actually a pretty great link because it tested over 70 cameras from 12 different brands and below that we're going to talk about. They actually recommend some of these. They kind of put them in categories, rated them on their performance, what they were best used for when they were using them. So it's actually a really good link, and it's on r r rtings.com, and the title is called the 7 best camera brands, and it's from winter 2022. So it's more recent reviews on those. So the first one, of course, on the list, Canons. That's what I have, and it's the way that they're rated. It's not about like the number one, what's best. It's just kind of like it was like the first one they did, and those are like the more popular that people want to see. And some of these I don't even know how to pronounce. It's like I never actually heard of these cameras before. But what they said on the Canon was actually it was rated an 8.1 for landscape photography, and then Nikon was 8.1. A lot of these are pretty much like in the 8s. But Nikon's like I said, they're good for sport. It says that they were rated 8.1 on sports wildlife, and then actually Sony's, they're really good for landscape photography, and their quote was, these cameras are known for their snappy and high effective autofocus system and portable bodies. So actually someone said to me a few years ago that Sony's are kind of coming back in trend, or not, I wouldn't say trend, but a lot more people are starting to use Sony's. I think they're kind of getting up there and becoming more advanced. And then I wish you guys could see my screen, but it's okay. So I'll spell it for you. It's FUJI and then film, and then the camera is XT4, and then it got a rate of 8.6 for studio video. So if you're wanting to do video, especially in a studio, I'm sure it's good for outside too. It said it's a great option for hybrid shooters for photo or video because it's a dense feature set and advanced video captivity. It's well built, weather sealed, and is fully full screen, allows you to do high resolution, and then it has a great battery life. So, I mean, that sounds pretty promising. Honestly, I think I've seen this camera before. I don't know. Everyone bear with me. And then just like some other ones for studio video, they said it was Panasonic. I feel like I'm about to get roasted by a bunch of people. I hope there's not comments and people are getting mad at me because I can't pronounce these, but it's Panasonic is what it looks like to Dumix, yeah. DC S5. It was rated 8.7 for studio video, so there you go. Oh, my camera. Sorry, my laptop just went off. I hope that doesn't happen to any else's shows that you guys watch. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, so again, this is my first episode. I'm just getting warmed up, people, but again, I just wanted to give a little insight of my cameras, my little input on it, and then what other people have rated cameras and what their rates were. I could have went into more depth, but I'm sorry, guys. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope to see you guys next week. I hope I didn't lose you so far. I promise I will be better. Actually, you're about to see my next episode because last week we got snowed in, so give me about 10 minutes and stay tuned. But you guys, if you guys want to make sure, if you like me so far and you stayed this far, thank you. I promise I'll get better. Everyone starts out kind of crappy their first episode or so. But stay with me. If you do, follow and hit that subscribe button and follow us on our YouTube page at NWTV7. And then again, I'm Jara Reeder, and every week we talk photography.